LinkedIn Top Voices. She has been LinkedIn Top Voice 2019. She is the president of SLD and Company. And she is also into customer acquisition and engagement specialist. So she's going to talk about personal branding with us. Over to you, Sam.
Hey guys. So I'm going to start off by saying the definition of personal branding. Now, I didn't come up with this by myself, but it's the art of differentiation. Now, I'm going to start off with a short story about a young content creator, and to protect her privacy, we're going to call her Pam. Now, Pam wanted to create content, but she was very intimidated by an up-and-coming platform called LinkedIn. Now, as soon as she got out of her comfort zone and really started to, wanting to create content, she started to create content about sales tip videos. But the best part of her was her personality. And truth be told, that was missing in her content. She was very scripted, like robotic sales call scripted. And, once she stopped really, just ditching the script, really, she started to really show her personality. She was funny, authentic, confident and eccentric. And once she started showcasing her true personality, her content and her following blew up overnight, basically. And obviously, Pam is me. I was talking to myself in the third person, but you get it, just for this exercise, So let's talk about, why we're all here. So your personal brand is more than just your appearance. A lot of people think it's like your glasses, a cool hat that you wear, and your fonts and colors and stuff. Yes, that does have a factor in it, but your personal brand is what makes you you. It's about, what makes you tick. So I've come up with 3 things that defies your personal brand. And remember these when you're really, trying to start and build an online presence, a community, and, when you're brainstorming ideas for content. So number 1, your core values. Now there, think of 3 things, what defines you as a personal brand, and from a moral standpoint as well, and what you want people to remember you for. Now for me, number 1, I want people to know that I'm real and genuine. I talk about real life things that's happened in my past, things that define me as a person and what I've been through in my life. And what makes me tick. And number 2, what you want people to, be known for. And I want people to know me for, I want people to know me for helping others, for wanting to help others and take that initiative, because that's what I love to do. And number 3, a judgment-free zone. So my inbox, my comment section, everything is open for non-judgment here, because I've made so many mistakes throughout my life, and I want people to know that they can be, they can share their own personal story with me as well. So those are 3 things that I want people to remember me for. And those are my core values. And now number 2, what do you want people to be known for is your uniqueness. And I want you to ask yourself, what makes me different? And express that uniqueness. Have you been through things in your past and you faced challenges that has made you who you are today? Talk about that. Have you failed in life, yet you've turned them into real life lessons and implemented those mistakes? Are you funny and quirky? Are you creative? Express it and funnel your uniqueness throughout your content to truly stand out and set yourself apart from the rest. And number 3, what really defies your personal brand is the company you work for and the product and service that you sell. And of course, if you own your own business, your own business. Now, kind of blurring the lines here between personal branding and company branding, but it has a lot to do with one another. Because when you're selling a product or working for a company, people are going to associate your personal brand with that company and the product you're selling. It's just how it is. Especially if you have it plastered all over your LinkedIn, all that good stuff. So ask yourself, does the company you work for have a bad reputation in the market, and you don't really want to be associated with them? then having, maybe not now, but having an exit plan is probably the best thing for you. You know, and do you sell and endorse a product that you don't believe in? It's huge. And if your company and your personal values or company values is impeccable customer service, then you have to follow through with your commitments to your clients. Because in the age of social media, the consumer has a lot of power in the market. So one bad experience can affect your personal brand and your company's brand. So it's really important to, you know, believe in the product you're selling, and, you know, also stand by your company's values and have a good, you know, a good reputation in that sense.
Right.
So, and so think of these 3 points while you're putting yourself out there, and, you know, you're really building a community. Now, to conclude, there was a time that we did not mix business and pleasure together in a personal life. It was just taboo. You just didn't do it. We only really celebrated our wins and not our past failures. We were very fake, and to be a sense. But today we consume differently. We consume based upon emotion, because at the end of the day, we're all humans that are longing for real connections. And for a long time, we've been consumed by reality TV, fake relationships, you know, fake people. But there's been a shift. And I'm telling you, what real people want is authenticity. And to truly be authentic is not to be like the rest. It's just celebrate what makes you different, what makes you unique. And your followers will truly get to know you. I can't tell you how many people come to me on my inbox and just, you know, they call me and they're like, Sam, you know, I feel like I truly know you. And we've never had a conversation prior, because I'm that authentic and I'm that, you know, unapologetically myself, that people, when people watch my content, they truly get to know me as a person. And that, my friends, is how you place your footprint, and how you place your footprint on a personal brand, you know, in this sea full of samies, I should just say, for lack of better words. So will you dare to be different? That was a little short, but thank you guys. And like, obviously the Q&A, we'll leave this open for the questions that you guys may have about personal branding.
Thank you so much, Sam. It was really insightful, and it was actually like very informative on the points that you covered. I think a lot of that would be in the Q&As as well in terms of personal branding. So let's just quickly follow through.
The question again, I'm trying to look at it real quick.
Yeah, so the question is, do you pre-schedule your posts? If so, for how long? Like for the next 1 week, 2 weeks, or like how do you pre-schedule?
Oh, do you I'm sorry, pre-schedule, yes. So to be honest, if you are really, if your goal is trying to do it from a company standpoint, then yes, I would pre-schedule your posts. But for me, in my personal page, I like to just, whatever's on my mind and whatever I feel like for that day, that's what I put out there. Maybe I'll have like an idea or a topic for the next few days, but I like to really freestyle it because it comes more genuine.
Right. Okay. So how do you measure the effectiveness of your personal brand online?
So basically, it depends what your long-term goals are, but you're really, especially on LinkedIn, they have great metric tools like inside of the platform that you can measure your views, your comments, your likes, and just having like a healthy comment to like to view ratio is a really great way to track your metrics and to see what people are really engaging with and what people are liking.
Right. So the next question is, how can one blend both online and offline activities to build a personal brand?
So here's the thing, is that like those core values that I mentioned, as soon as you're really portraying that, you have to walk the talk. You have to really portray that on and offline. And then if people really come up to you and they start to know you, they already know what you stand for. And it's like more of an easier introduction. And you really, it's almost like, and if you're trying to sell them something in a sense, they're like, hey, I know who Sam is. And they actually know that, you know, you're not just trying to scam them or you're not just trying to get their commission. It's just that you're just being genuine. You're really trying to help them.
Got it. So is it important to have a personal brand website?
No, not at all, to be honest. If you want, you can do other platforms, but I don't think so, to be honest. Like, I ran a business for almost like 3 months without even a website. So it really doesn't matter, because if you're really effectively putting out content on platforms that you're focused on, you don't need a website, to be honest.
Right. So next question is, how do you build a brand from scratch which puts valuable content every day in the community, like LinkedIn? Any lessons you have learned in your journey?
So yeah, I mean, like I've said in my talk, like I was very scripted at first, and I would try to literally plan out every single word that I would say. And once I stopped doing that and just being myself and let it just roll and go with the flow, then I started gain a better following. And then people really started to know me. So to build your brand from scratch is to really think of those three things that I was talking about, you know, your core values, your uniqueness, and, you know, what actually you have to offer to other people and how you know, define it within your personal brand.
Right, right. So the next question I'll take up is, how important is it to stick to your niche, or can you just talk about anything you feel like without affecting your brand, barring socio-political issues, obviously?
Yeah, of course, right. So to be honest, I'm really not about like the niches and everything, because I mean, if you're coming out like, okay, like I'm a travel ambassador or something like that, if you are specifically coming on this platform with one goal in mind and that's it. But if you want to just build genuine relationships, I don't see a problem of, you know, sticking off the script and going off script and talking about sales, travel, sports. If really whatever you want to talk about, you should be free to talk about. Of course, you know, religion and politics aside and everything like that, unless it's Facebook. But
Okay, so how to make my character reflect in my writing? Most often, I feel like they lack emotion or they are overexposed. How to have a mix, words, emoji usage, please.
so I think if you just do it in a nice, easy to read format, I think people get like the emojis too, you know, they place too much emojis and stuff, and it kind of just looks like it's not like unprofessional, but it's unappealing to the eye.
Mhm.
So really just try to just format it like how you would see in like a blog post or an article, and really just try to let it flow, you know, short sentences, space, you know, and just make your points clear and then space. That's pretty much how I usually do it.
Right. Okay. So moving on to the next one, what do you think about Instagram as a platform for personal branding? Is it way too informal?
See, it, like I said, it really depends on your goals. Like if I would have known that person and sat down with them, like if you're really just trying to just put yourself out there, become internet famous, and maybe just become a brand ambassador along the way, yes, maybe Instagram would be a great one to focus on. But if you really want to generate leads and you want to build like professional relationships, I would stick to LinkedIn and other platforms, of course. But Instagram, it's a hard one to decipher unless I don't really know who that person is personally.
Sure. Okay. I think we have a question from Vinay. Vinay, could you please ask your question? You have been unmuted.
Well, thanks. Thanks, Ibrita. Well, hi, Sam. I'm Vinay Kumar.
I,
Hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me?
yes.
Well, Sam, see, I thank you for all the knowledge what you have shared. I have one small concern, which is normal executive's profile is different from a high-level C-level executive's profile. A normal executive or a normal person can increase their branding by continuous posting or keep sharing everything, whatever we post and all. But when it comes to C-level executives, CEOs and CFOs, their profile and personal branding, the strategy will surely differ. So what would be the strategy that we have to follow to increase their personal branding? At a certain level, a C-level executives is what I'm talking about. As a normal person, they will not be able to share each and everything on a daily basis.
Now, I would just kind of try to separate yourself in a way, because we all know, like, if Bill Gates is trying to, you know, create a personal brand, we all know that he works for Microsoft. So That's already clear. But I think once he separates himself from the company and really just try to showcase his personality and what he stands for personally, then that is key in building a personal brand, like kind of separating yourself through that, even though like it goes hand in hand, your personal brand and your company. Yes, but if you're, somebody like a high level executive that everyone knows who you are, I think it's a really important task to really just try to separate yourself from the two.
So you mean to say, apart from the business and all, they can also do a normal posting, a kind of social awareness kind of things, which will get attraction to their profile. Is that you mean to say?
Like, so for like salespeople, like, and stuff like that, customer service reps, like they're posting on their behalf.
Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thank you so much. Debrata and Guru, thank you so much for the opportunity, sir.
Thanks, Vinay. No issues.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'll take up one last question, Sam. So it's from Arunava. He is asking, okay. Is LinkedIn the only available platform for building authenticate personal brand, or there are other possible better platforms that are still available for personal branding?
Now, of course, like I said, with your goals in mind, for me, it was LinkedIn, but for other people, maybe YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But if you're really in the B2B space, I would really try to focus on LinkedIn and then another one. Just try to focus on two and really just get the hang of it. And whatever is giving you the most results is I would stick with that one and recycle through your content that you're focusing on and recycle it through the others. So.
Right. Thank you so much, Sam. It was a great session. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you probably in next editions as well.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, hope you like the recording. Do check us out at Ampliz B2B Binge for 11 more killer content. Also try out Ampliz Sales Buddy if you want to ring that next customer who is waiting for it.